Hi guys, we're in Blender now. Uh, as you might have seen from previous videos and previous updates, what we can do in our little project now is drive this thing around a little bit and walk around the bridge, but no more than that. So the next logical step would be, of course, to find something else interesting to do on the boat. Most likely that will be firing a gun. But in order to be able to do so, well, we need to be able to walk around the boat everywhere we want, and we need our guns to be separated objects with their own animation and interaction and controller system and all that jazz as well. So that means first step means that I have to separate out everything we want to be able to interact with at some point, which are quite a lot of things. As you can see, that process hasn't been completely finished yet either. There are some more parts here on the bridge, for example, that I still need to split out. That's not difficult or anything. That is just a very... it's rather meditative labor. But it'll take some time. It'll take me a couple of days. It's not a couple of days work, but I only have so much time to... how do you say, dedicate to this project, of course. But yeah, should be done relatively quickly. Now, as you can see, when I try to rotate or move this thing, it doesn't make sense at all. Because in this setup, it's all just connected to the boat for reasons I won't get into now. Because they need to be separate objects anyway. So, we have our gun here. Charlie has been working on this. Thank you very much for the help there. And... as you can see, this thing rotates properly the way it should around its base. People familiar with Blender might say, oh, he's cheating because he's only rotating around the Z now. But no, seriously, if I take Y, it doesn't take any, or X, it doesn't take any input. Same goes for this part of the gun. And of course, this armature is not finished either, because we can only see two parts moving. A lot more parts should be moving, of course, but the whole flow or whole pipeline from Blender to Unreal is quite unfriendly, and I'm not entirely sure what the best practices are yet when it comes to importing skeletal meshes, as they are called. So I just thought best we just run a simple test case with just two bones, because if we can make that work, we can make everything work without wasting time on first building a rather involved and complex armature for this thing, because this needs to be able to move as well in opposite directions and blah blah blah, only to find out it doesn't work the way we want. Now, when you say gun, we also need something to shoot at, of course, and I would be a much wiser man to say, okay, we're just going to shoot at these cubes, and if we hit one of those, it should disappear, or something like that. But you know, sometimes I like to do something fun as well, so I decided to put in what is likely going to be our first target ship, this little armed trawler we have over here. As you can see, it has more than one purpose, because I also wanted to prove that we should be able to set up buoyancy physics for other boats relatively quickly and easily. I'm still not entirely sure with the way she behaves yet, but importing this model and having her behave this way is about half an hour work, so that's acceptable for me at the moment. As you can see, she behaves quite differently from the Schnaubot as well. The Schnaubot being a lot lighter and shorter, of course, responds a little bit faster and less languid, if that is the word, than a little trawler here. Separated out the guns on this thing as well. These are not the prettiest, highest detailed model, but they don't have to be either. Realistically, you won't be seeing her from any closer in-game and say about this distance. No? Because else you would get blown the proverbial fuck up. Yeah, I don't know. Do I have anything else to say? Yeah, okay. The only thing else I want to say is that it shouldn't matter, of course, if this gun, for example, is controlled by a player or an AI. So there is somewhat of a chance, because I want to get to work on that as soon as possible as well, actually, that we'll get this boat firing at us before we'll get our own boat firing at her. Be prepared for that. Alright, that's it for the moment. As always, thank you for your support, and If you want to playtest yourself, just connect to our Discord and drop a message in the general channel. Yeah. Take care, guys. Thank you for your support, and I'll hopefully have something fun or interesting to do somewhere next week. Bye bye.